Hey guys, how you doing? Jeff here, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars: The High Republic. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Which kind of ranges more on the bad and the ugly. Now this video is not meant for kids, no way, shape, or form. If you like what I do, you know what to do down below. Let's get into this. Alright, now, as if you all haven't been sleeping under a rock lately, you know about this, the whole storyboard thing about diversity not working. That will come up a little bit later, but a lot of people have been talking at to death in their own words, and I don't want to jump along with the crowd. I want to talk about is where this show is taking place in reality of the Star Wars timeline, what that means, and why I think this ain't going to be the greatest show ever. So, without further ado, let's look at that. So, Star Wars: The High Republic takes place 200 years before the events of The Phantom Menace. Now, for all of you who aren't EU connoisseurs like me, you really don't understand the significance of that time frame. Let me give you a quick breakdown of galactic events. From pretty much 7,000 BBY up to 1,000 year BBY, which is the 7th Battle of Ruusan, and then we get the Ruusan Reformation, which I'll get into that in a minute. For 6 millennia, by and large, with a couple of minor breaks, the galaxy was in war one way, shape, or form. Whether it was Sith fighting Jedi, someone fighting someone, for 5 to 6 millennia, 6,000 years, galaxy was at war. In fact, it was so bad by the 7th Battle of Ruusan, where the Brotherhood of Darkness fought the Army of Light under General Hoth, that both grunt soldiers on both sides were fighting with spears and swords because there wasn't enough blasters to go around because blaster production had ground to a halt. I mean, hell, there were entire swaths of the galaxy where the HoloNet didn't work because the HoloNet transceivers hadn't been fixed in 2,000 years. I mean, the state of the galaxy by the 7th Battle of Ruusan was starting to backslide towards a dark age. In fact, it was kind of called the Dark Ages of the Republic because technology had either ground to a complete halt, had fallen completely apart. It was just bad. It was a bad time by the time the 7th Battle of Ruusan was finally over. And the Ruusan Reformation happened. Now, what's the Ruusan Reformation? The Ruusan Reformation was the Army of Light, which was basically Jedi that fell under Jedi Knight Lord Hoth's command, and most of the new, Republic military had flocked to the Army of Light to defeat the Sith once and for all. Well, now that the Sith were basically gone, the Republic decided, we don't need Jedi to wear armor anymore. We don't need a military. We can just go to planetary self-defense forces. There's no more federalized military. We're doing away with that. And we're going to start undoing all the damage that has been done for 6 millennia. Which is why, in The Phantom Menace, there's no Republic army. There's the Justice people, who, use the same kind of ships that Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon showed up in, who basically, were a galactic police force, and a very small one at that. But there was no standing military. That's why when the Clone Wars kicked off, well, New Republic really didn't know where the clone army really came from at the time, but they really didn't have a choice because they had no standing army. Well, as we all know, the Clone Wars was just a big, convoluted lie thought up by Palpatine, but whatever. But we're going to go 200 years before The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, where we are in the heyday of the Republic. That's why they call it the High Republic. Most of the wounds from the previous few millennia had been fixed. The HoloNet was working again. Technology had started moving forward again. There was peace. There was prosperity. Most of the Jedi at that time ran down pirates, smugglers, and riffraff, and were basic law enforcement with the Force and a lightsaber. They dealt with crime cartels for the most part. They really didn't do much. There were no wars to be fought. Yes, there was that little flare-up against the Mandalorians, but that at this point was like 200 to 300 years in the show's past. So we are literally walking into the most boring time in the Republic. Nothing is going on. And we're launching an entire show about it. That's why I think this show and or movie is going to be boring. Now, of course, now that I've gotten all that diatribe out of the way and explaining why I think where they're setting this film or show or whatever it's going to be is going to be dumb. And then we have to talk about this, which everybody's been talking about it. Yes, this stupid war that has you have to put in diversity in Star Wars. My God, really? You have aliens galore. You had a woman leading the rebellion in Mon Mothma or Leia. You had aliens. You had Chewbacca. You had droids. What the hell do we need diversity for? Seriously. It's already there. Why do we have to be reminded about it? That's dumb. And then, of course, anti-war. An operatic saga about war, and you want to push an anti-war message. Well, they at least picked the right freaking era to do it. Dumb as it is, and boring as it's going to be. And we're going to get a whole lot of new characters, but we also have to understand something. At this point, Yoda's only, 600-700 years old? He's in his heyday. So he'll still be the Grand Master of the Jedi Order. We just won't have people like Qui-Gon, Mace. It'll be just a different crop of Jedi with him as Grand Master. Oh, yippee. So what? We're going to see stagnation. We're going to see, hey, everything's great. We don't need to do anything. So why are we building a show about this? You see, this is why I don't like this concept. I think this concept is doomed to fail. And doomed to fail hard. You see, most of us in Star Wars want to see conflict because conflict breeds good story. As much as the conflict hurts people in the story or in real life, conflict breeds story. Is what is. And we have some of the greatest conflict in that 6 millennia I previously pointed out, where we had thousands of Sith fighting thousands of Jedi. We could see medieval style, battles, but with Force and lightsaber combat like this out of Star Wars The Old Republic. We could see battles like this. But for some reason, Lucasfilm doesn't want to do that because we want to be anti-war. And it's like, that's boring. God damn. When they brought up this, when they said, oh, we're going to do one in the Old Republic, I was like, yes! I was like, we're going to do one in the High Republic. No! That's boring, as I've said for the 4th time. Why? Why are you going to pick the most boring era in Star Wars? That's why this show / movie, whatever it's going to be, is going to freaking suck. Balls. And it's going to have diversity, identity politics, and everything we hate about Lucasfilm lately. Oh, this is going to... I hope it's not. I hope I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong. But from the sounds of it, this is going to be another dumpster fire. Well, since it probably is, I always got Star Wars The Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 to play, where I can actually see grand operatic battles on a galactic scale. But yeah, this crap. Anyways, I'm Jeff. There's my thoughts on this Star Wars The High Republic and how utterly asinine and boring it's gonna be. You all leave your thoughts below, and I'll catch y'all next time.